using self-custody wallet, as well as MetaMask and all that. So super excited to also contribute to much of the buildings that is happening here in Africa. I, have hosted over three major hackathons. That's the Mu Accra Hackathon. I was the lead operations, as well as the recent Future of Work Hackathon that happened in Accra as well, and also supported with respect to IFA Accra, and also I hosted a hackathon in Nigeria called Ayathon, which was also one of the big hackathons with Aya and Web3 Bridge in Lagos. So super excited to be contributing to this hackathon with Apechain and Hacker Boost, and I'm hoping that it's going to also be a hackathon that is going to give birth to great projects. Yeah, yeah. Super excited to be here, and yeah, Sabia, thanks a lot for the opportunity to introduce myself. Thank you.
All right, sure. You are highly welcome. Okay, so Matba is here. Matba, can you introduce yourself to if your network will permit you?
Yeah, I think my network is quite a bit messy here. So, but if you can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Oh, great. Then let me do that quickly. So, like you mentioned, I am Malti. Most of you have already interacted with me, co-founder and operations manager for Hacker Boost and DeFi Africa. Yeah, I've been in the space and not much to talk about. Yeah, so in this event, you will likely see me to be the coordinator for majority part of the things. So that's just what I can see for now.
Yeah, that's great. So, like you mentioned, most of you have already interacted with him. Is our operations manager. Okay, so guys, tonight, first thing we'll touch on is your teams, and then we'll also touch on the price for the event. We'll touch on how you build your projects, and then we'll also have Q&A sessions, and then we'll also let you know the rules and regulations governing this particular hackathon. So all of this will be discussed tonight, and we hope that starting from today till 19th of April, you will be with us. We'll be together, and that we're going to build together until we finalize everything, and that will not even end our being together, because this is a continuous thing. Okay, so Ima, will you like to come back so you walk us through briefly the Apechain hackathon?
All right. So thanks a
Okay,
lot.
so
Thanks a lot.
before you proceed, Ima,
Yeah, Matter about to.
I've seen some people raising their hands. So please, just in case you don't want to forget the question you want to ask, now is not a Q&A session. What you need to do is just quickly go to the chat session, put your message in there. We will be reviewing them time to time. When it is time for Q&A, we can read it out and then address it. Or even when you put it there, we can quickly glance at it, and then through our talk, we will try to ensure we address that as part of the session. So if we are to allow you raising your hands and then we try to attend to individual sessions, it will distract the whole thing. So put it on the chat session.
Okay, over to you, Ima.
All right, thank you.
What you gonna have
I'm
if
here.
you mute your video?
Yeah, do you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
All right, thank you. I was just trying to do small edit. Yeah, but I think we're good to go. So I'm going to share my screen, guys. But is going to be from a mobile phone. Yeah, for now. Yeah. So it's going to be a quick presentation that I'm going to do. Okay, so give me a second. Let's go ahead and share. All right, please do you see my screen?
Yes,
Yes.
it is
Awesome.
showing. You can proceed.
Thank you much, Robert. All right, so just a brief intro. The Apechain Hackathon is specifically a hackathon that is designed for African entrepreneurs. So we all know about Board API Club community. It's much more of a very big community in the Web3 space that started from the NFT space. Apechain has been the top leading, I think it's Apechain and there is this, sorry, I say Apechain, Board API Club NFT. And also there is this NFT that has also like, they are this top two NFTs, but I mean, Board API has been like one of the top. Yeah, I mean, yeah. And they've really made huge waves, through the NFT space. And they actually extended to the, kind of blockchain space with Apechain. And also they had their Apecoin launched. With this, they are, a builder-centric chain that is designed to support builders and help builders. Apechain is looking to onboard tons of dApps and give these dApps, a lot of benefits. My colleague Bola will talk about that after I'm done with the submission and Saharia takes over. He will join us very soon. He's actually in Qatar at the moment, and so he will join us soon to talk more about the opportunities that Apechain offers. But this hackathon is specifically designed to give opportunity to African builders to expand their reach and also build protocols, dApps on Apechain, and kind of have support from the Apechain ecosystem to thrive and to ship these projects out and kind of make a lot of good impact in the Web3 space. Yeah. So the scope of the hackathon specifically is to build real world impact products. I'm going to talk about some of the suggestions we have, but it wouldn't even still be within that scope. It can be outside of it. Only if you think it's an innovative something, you could definitely build it. All right. And so, I mean, with the participants, right, the minimum for each team should be 2. The maximum should be 7, 7 team members. Yes. So we don't expect people to build solo. The reason being, we want to foster collaboration. It's like something we would want to encourage as you build. Yeah. We believe you go far when you guys are, you are more than just being solo, doing marketing, building, doing everything. I mean, it's very difficult to scale if you are just solo builder. Yeah. The schedule of the hackathon is very simple. Today is the start. So today we're having our virtual hackathon, workshop. That is to, understand, some few, let me just edit here. It's not 2 weeks. The hackathon is 1. Just add that 1 here. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Yes, so it's a 1 week hackathon, and the hackathon kickstarts today. Today is Saturday, 12th. The hackathon starts today. And judges would review. I mean, the hackathon, the deadline, it's on the 18th, like 18th midnight, I guess. Then the next day, that is the 19th. Sahabi, I don't know if I'm mistaken here. Is it 18th or 19th?
Yeah, so the building will stop on the 18th and presentations
Good.
will be on.
Good.
So that's
Good. I'm on track. Thank you. Yes. So that is it, as Sahabia said. So the judging and everything will be on the 19th. Winners will be selected on the 19th. But the hackathon officially starts today. Yeah. And the deadline is on the 18th, which is the Friday that we are going to meet at Hacker Boost. The price is 30K, as discussed. Other benefits that comes with this price is grants, mentorship opportunities, incubation, for projects development. So there will be an incubator coming from the Apechain community down to projects that would be building, and not only for the winners, to also extend to any serious project that might not have won but would still want to build and scale. Then, there would also be pilot opportunities in the African market. Very, very important. Yeah. And so some project areas that we expect you guys to explore. You're not saying you are restricted to these specific. These are just suggestions to make it clear. It's application in open governance that's involving smart contract, in the African electoral processes like electoral stuff, voter registration, casting, collation of votes, diaspora voting, all that. An application in entertainment and media, artist management, music content, distribution, copyright, IP, those things. An application in digital collectibles, preserving African artifacts. So that's like NFT projects, right? An application in financial inclusion and education, promoting financial literacy, implementation of interchangeable stablecoin swapping, like what exchanges on and off ramping. You can build DEX, you can build anything that involves finance and crypto. Application in e-identity and verification with use case in digital stamps for e-commerce platform, cross-border trade, export, traceable to stem gun running, supply chain tracking for petroleum products. I mean, these are like identity solutions, KYC, ZK KYC, ZK proof, all those stuff and things that has to do with supply chain, e-commerce, all these things also. Then also application in climate change and sustainable carbon reduction. Yes. So outside of this, also, I mean, we can't list everything here. And so you can build as many things as you want to build an AI tool, AI agent that has blockchain incorporated. You want to build anything outside of this is 100% welcome. So you are not restricted to these project areas. The hacking rules is simple. Apechain Hackathon is happening primarily virtual. Let me do this correction. Virtual for 1 week, yes. And the last 2 days is physical. So you have, it starts virtual today, then Friday and Saturday we are going to meet in person. So the first day, Friday would rather be a workshop at the Hacker Boost. We expect you guys to come in your numbers. We want to learn about a little great stuff. You can connect over there and finalize your projects and your submission. It's very important. Sometimes you've built, but you might, submit your project, you're finding it difficult. You come to the workshop, makes it easier. You're going to find Sahabi, Miltiba, and all the Hacker Boost team over there. They can assist you to help you upload all the things you need. Very, very important. Then the Saturday itself, we'll meet at the venue that is around UDS, the hotel. That is where we're going to have, some talks. Then all builders will pitch their projects, the judges, and judging will be done, and winners will be selected. Yes. So it says hacker teams are to be made up of maximum of 7 people and minimum of 2 members of your team would need to be at the venue to be judged. No online only submission. So we expect that at least, I think, just to be fair, let me just do it 1, maybe 2 wouldn't be possible. So we expect that minimum of 1 member from your team should be at the hackathon so that they can pitch your project. It's very important. If you are building and you guys can't make it, try as hard as possible to get someone in Tamale to come and join your team or something so that they can pitch for you over there. Very important. Very, very important. So let's take note of that. And say the hackathon will be hosted on the Hacker Boost platform. I think that is clear. Then all projects must be related to blockchain and AI. Yes, we think some of you guys are AI top guys, and so we don't want to restrict it to just blockchain. Yeah, so it should be related to blockchain and AI. Very, very important. And we don't expect you to copy another team's code. This is very, very, very key. Sometimes some projects submit their projects very early, and we've seen cases where people just go and copy the code of other people, fork it, and they just try to. We don't want to see those things. If we catch any team trying to do something like this, you will be disqualified. Yeah, try to build your own stuff, not copy another team's source code. Projects must involve writing significant software. All code for projects must be written within the time frame of the hackathon. Judge's decision is final and determining the prize and award. Please comply with all instructions provided. Yeah, that's it. So and respect the code of conduct. Very important. Hackathon registration, no, ends. Hackathon registration ends. Yes, let me just, yeah. Hackathon registration ends. Yes. So it ended yesterday. Today we are doing our grand opening and workshop. And then hackathon kickstarts today itself. Then submission deadline is on the 18th, and judging begins on the 19th. Announcement of the winners on the 19th. So let's take note of this. Very, very important. Yes, very, very important. Then deliverables. Each team, we expect you, as you do your submission, we expect you to have your project name or something, short description of your project, at least your Discord or Telegram, the name of the person you want to contact. And this is, if, for example, we would want to give you guys your bounties, we would want to connect with you guys, or if the Apechain wants to get connected to you guys, we would want to make it easier to just connect you guys so that they deal with you directly as well. So with that, we will need your usernames. Very important. Your repository with your code, and we need a video demo. So try to demo what you built. Even if it's not fully functional, you need to present it, like preach it in that way. Very important. And we are looking at you also have smart contract addresses, the website URLs of your deployed application, either on testnet. No, this is not testnet of your choice. You have to deploy on Apechain. Yes. Yes. Oh yeah. On Apechain. On Apechain testnet. On Apechain testnet or mainnet of a platform. No, I'm coming. Sorry, this is more general. So yeah, but the mainnet is not mandatory. At least we expect you to deploy on just the testnet. The mainnet is not mandatory. Yeah. Yeah. So that is very clear. Submission, said it, I'm reiterating it here. Submission deadline is on the 18th. Very, very, very important. So 18th midnight submission will close. Submission of projects will just close. Yeah, 18th April. Yeah, minimum requirement to be judged. You need to have your open source. Your project, you have to be open source code. You need to at least have a video demo. A video demo is very, very important. Or you should have a presentation slide. That's very important as well, so that it's for the pitch specifically, and your contracts and all that criteria. It says the winning solution will be reviewed against the criteria of ideation, integration, implementation, and documentation. It's very important. You should also present a very good documentation. Very, very important. Guys, I'm at the hospital, so if you hear noises in my background, that's it. Yeah. So it says, how does the proposed solution address the problem? What few technologies tools were used in developing the solution, and the business model of the project, and how can the proposed solution be scaled of implementation? So one thing that we'll do is, I think we will share this document with you guys, but I guess it's already on the Hacker Boost page for the hackathon. Yeah. I guess it's there already. Yes, it's there already. So I don't think we need to still share. We need to still share this because it's visible. Yes, it's visible. is visible on there. So yeah, I mean that's it from me. This is a quick presentation just to help you guys to be aligned with us and see how those things go. So thank you all for your attention, and I really appreciate your time. Yeah, I can boost. So I'll be back to you.
All right, you are welcome. Okay, that was amazing. And I think we have David in the building. David, are you there? Can you
I'm here.
introduce yourself? All right,
I'm
good,
here.
good, good. So David is the main resource behind this whole thing, and we are excited to have him. Whereas, yeah, David. So introduce yourself to us, please.
Good evening, everyone. I'm David. I'm excited to meet you guys in person. I strongly believe that I'm for the community, and for me, I believe that our skills should be a way out. From my experience in Ghana, you need to have a certain surname or come from a certain type of family to um to break free of poverty. But I strongly believe that the blockchain is a space where it's for everyone and it's for people who are willing and people who are determined. Um, I'm bringing on board the reason why I'm not the he's Matilda Sapiens. I'm the main resource. Thank you, but I believe that you are the main resource. You guys are the main resources because you are bringing your skills, your time, and your effort in hopes of winning something and also creating bigger impact and being a part of something that's bigger than all of us. Um, yeah, from my experience in crypto and NFTs, I think that there's so many hidden opportunities for builders, and I'm happy to be a channel of bringing opportunities to my people back home in Ghana because it's almost like these opportunities are hidden and are only known by the people in the Western world. But I happen, by the grace of God, to have a lot of friends and have a lot of have my feet in a lot of different places. And so that's why I decided to host the first hackathon in Tamale and not even Accra because I feel like there are so many hidden gems in Tamale. It's a place I want to come to. It's a place that I want to keep building, and I love what Hackaboost is doing. That's why I'm excited to partner with them. I think the future is bright. There's a lot more opportunity. There's a lot more opportunity so far as you are skilled, so far as you are willing to keep honing your skill. I think that there's so many opportunities that we can bring on board. Unlike indigenous crypto people, I have my feet in both crypto and NFTs, and as a result, I'm pulling resources from two different parts of the blockchain ecosystem as compared to it just being crypto centric. And I think that all that these chains need and all that you need is to be able to bring value through your skill. So I'm excited to see you in person on the weekend in Tamale, and I think that the future is bright. I think that there's so much more ahead of all of us, and I think that so far as crypto exists and lives, I don't think we need to have a certain surname or a certain come from a certain type of family to be able to break free and to be able to make ends meet. Because so many of us who have made it in crypto and don't have to depend on a government or a monthly salary. And so I strongly believe that that can be the story of all of us. It's only a matter of being disciplined, number one, being consistent, and number three, keep being curious. Because majority of the people who are not in this room are not here because they are just not curious enough. We all found crypto and the blockchain space as a result of curiosity, and it's had so much life-changing impact on us. And so, without much to say, I'm excited to collab. I'm excited to make this happen. I'm excited to start this thing and build it out to something that we can all not even imagine uh, by God's grace. So yeah, that's pretty much it from me. Yeah. If anyone has any questions, I'm open to
Yeah,
answer.
awesome. Thank you for that, David. Blockchain is for those who are willing and determined. Okay, I love that, and that's really true. We have been here for long, and this is something that we see This space is a space that you only see those who are really willing and who are curious. This is a space that they find themselves. We have a lot of people that join and they leave because they are not so much curious to actually deep, to go deep into understanding what exactly this space is meant for. Okay. And just like he mentioned, this is a space that it doesn't really care about where you come from, your family background, who you know, whether you know big man or you don't know big man. No, this is a space that only cares for, those who are really willing to contribute. Okay. So if you have a skill or any skill that you have, you can bring it to Web3, because in Web3, the more you contribute, the more your success will continue. Okay. So we are really happy to have you guys on board. And I can see that some of you are raising your hands to talk. Okay. So anyway, before we do that, I have received so many questions about how do you join your teams and stuff like that. Okay. So I'll be walking you through briefly on the HackerBoost platform, how you can create teams and how you can join teams. Okay, so if you are participating in this hackathon, you have to find a team. If you don't have a team right now, try to get a team, because just like Emmanuel mentioned, we will not allow solo building. Okay, we are trying to encourage building in teams, and a team is made up of 2 minimum and then 7 maximum. Okay, so you can, even if you don't have a team right now, those that will create their teams, will ask them to mention their teams in the WhatsApp group, so you can decide to join any team. Okay, so I'll be showing you how you can do that. Okay, so I'll allow like 3 questions, then we'll attend to those questions. We'll stop there. I'll take you through the platform. We'll come back to the Q&A. All right, so I can see some hands up. We have, is it Wanching Hub, if I'm mentioning it right? Can you unmute yourself and ask a question, or if you want to say something? Your hand is up. Okay, so let me move to the next person. Kenny. We also have Kenny. Your hand is up. Can you unmute yourself and talk?
Okay, so good evening. My name is Kenny. Please, I wanted to find out how transparent the judging processes is going to be like. Because we've participated in a couple of events like this, and we want to know how transparent it is like. I don't know if there's a specific winners selected already, and we will come and join in later. Seems maybe there are certain projects which might not follow the requirement, and later you get to know that this project, this kind of projects that got awarded, whilst you follow the requirements, a project doesn't get even awarded. So I want to know how transparent this kind of hackathon is, so that when we are giving our all, we bring our A game on board. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so your question has been noted. Let's move to Yuli.
Yes, I am back.
Okay.
Yeah, this is Umar Farouk.
Umar
from
Farouk.
Tamale. Yeah. So I don't have much to say, but what I just want to say is about the hackathon. It's a very good initiative, because as we sit in this era, as a student of coders, we just learn how to code. We don't really learn how to implement it. So I think this opportunity, like me, for instance, I've started coding a long ago, at least about 2 years now. But it's like how this hackathon, how this hackathon has made it for me. So It's a very good initiative for us, especially with the students. So even if we don't have the prize, but at least we have achieved something, so we can add it to our portfolio as well. So that's just what I want to say about it. So
All right. Okay, awesome, awesome. Okay, so let me take the last question or contribution. So Abdullah Yoli, your hand is up.
Okay, so good evening, and thank
Good
you
evening.
for the short orientation. So I haven't explored the Apechain ecosystem a little bit. I've noticed that under certain conditions, especially with high activity and network congestion, sometimes the gas prices can spike even on testnets. And in such cases, maybe will teams be permitted to demo projects locally without live testnets or main net interactions, especially if the contracts and on-chain logic are fully developed but constrained by only the gas limitations.
Mhm, mhm. Okay, yes, yes, that's a great observation. Okay, so we'll attend to the first question, judging criteria. Emmanuel, can you attend to that question, please?
Yeah, thank you. So, one thing I want to make clear is, for example, I'm coming from Accra. Dave would also be judged. No, no, no. I think I'm part of the judges, and we have some individuals also joining. Even with respect to the judges, we don't even know ourselves. It's like the only person I know within the judges is, I mean, it's just I wouldn't want to mention, but I think the judges, even we don't specifically know ourselves, and the projects that will win would deserve to win.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be doing favoritism, or we know someone. For me, I don't even know any one of you. I'm totally, someone who's going to meet you in the first day on the 18th, and also be part of the judges to judge on the 19th. We are going to be 100% honest, and the best project will win. And so we don't have to pray one project and all that. That is not done. Yeah. Thank you. And I would want to comment on the last question as well.
Okay.
We don't expect you guys to deploy on mainnet if you don't have the funds for that. Testnet, we will definitely want you guys to deploy on testnet, because testnet, getting the ETH on Apechain or anything for gas is totally free. It's free. So we're going to make sure you guys get the faucet link. You can grab faucet, or we can even talk to the Apechain teams directly to troop in faucets for you guys to just deploy on testnet. At least being on testnet would help, so that can validate that your project is deployed. It's very, very important. Yeah. So, Stabia, that is it. Thank you.
Thank you for that. So,
Sorry to interrupt. A follow-up question on that, please.
okay.
Yes. So currently, what I've realized that is Faucet offers only one app per 24-hour interval. So
Okay.
which may be insufficient for maybe continuous testing and not maybe fully featured demos, especially for most maybe for apps that maybe have tried to put out and then to just have an experience of the Apechain ecosystem. So in case of that, will there be maybe an additional allocation for
Okay.
to be able to cater for that, at least for the period of the hackathon?
All right. So
Yeah. Sabia, no, pick it up.
Okay. So I'll come to your question, Yoli. So touching on the judging criteria, when you can look on the platform. We have the rules and we have a criteria. Okay. So there are 5 key things I can see here. There's a problem-solving approach of your DApp, technical debt, business model viability, scalability and impact, and documentation. So what we're going to do is that before the judging, we'll let you guys know that these are the points attached to each of these judging criteria. Okay, so like he mentioned, we are going to be very, very fair. Okay, so we'll take your DApp, you present your DApp to us. Each judge is sitting down with a sheet. Okay, so questions will be asked based on the items in the criteria. And that is how it is. if you are judged well, it means that your presentation is really moving well, or you did it well, and then your DAP is really solving the problem, or it is moving within the criteria. So this is just how it is. And we are not going to have any backdoor of some people, we're not going backdoor to do stuff, no. And there's nothing like favoritism. Just like he mentioned, we are coming to know you for now. We don't even know most of you. You are new faces to us, okay? And something like that will not be done. So you can give it your all. Just make sure that you read the rules very well and then build within the rules, and you are good to go. Okay, so Yoli, I think with respect to your
let me
problem.
just add that before you proceed.
Okay.
Yes, one other thing that you need to pay attention to is sometimes you might have a very good project, but the way and manner in which you are able to sell it to the judges as a team also matters. I remember I've been to some events where good projects, they were not able to kind of pitch it very well. When you are out to present your project and you are there jittering, you have a very well documented project, but you are not able at that point in time pitch it very well to the judges. They ask you of your business model. It is there very correct, but you are not able to explain it. They've asked you about certain things, you are not able to explain it. So always look among the team, the person that is very vocal and can actually present very well, giving the person the opportunity. It is not by force that when you come to present or pitch a project, every team member should kind of talk or something like that. Just pick the best person, let him pitch it very well to the judges, and then we are good to go. And then they will award you the marks that you deserve.
Sure. Yeah. So that makes sense. All right. So Yoli, what I would say is that with regards to the gas, it is like that in blockchain development, okay? And that's why when you are building a DApp, there are many things that you have to consider. And one of it is gas optimization, okay? So you make sure always that your contract, so you see, this is another skill that every blockchain guy will have to consider. Loopings, whatever. There are so many things that when you're doing in JavaScript, you will not, maybe only, the time limit will be a problem. But if you are building with Solidity, there are some algorithm that if you are putting up, the blockchain will suffer. So gas is always a problem. You have to always have that at the back of your mind. Optimization. Another thing I would say is that when it comes to demoing to the team or the judging team, you can. That's why Imam mentioned video. Okay, video demo. So you don't necessarily have to come in front of the audience, then try to show how your project works on the code or whatever. Just have a demo of it. Then when you can talk about the technical debt, some other things regarding your project, then let us see the video demo. Okay, even if you are currently having problem with the gas stuff, maybe when you are judged based on the criteria, after everything, you can optimize your project, and many things will happen. So there are many things that we'll be talking about. Before we even get to the final day, we have some workshops that we'll be taking you through on how to optimize security on your smart contracts, and many other things will be covered before we get to the final stage. Okay, so for the test net, even if you are given 0.02 Ether as a test net, token, you can still use it. Okay, if you are building, it doesn't matter how much you are giving for the testing. Even no matter how small the money is, you will decide how much you be using to do your testing. Okay, so for this, I see it to be something that you normally see people complaining about. There's, the faucet giving them small money and stuff like that. And I always see it to be like, okay, you are testing, you only need something. So even 0.0001 Ether will still allow you to do your testing, and that's all that you need at the time. Okay, if you are trying to now deploy your work on chain, maybe you have some fees and whatever that you would determine. So that's where you now do the actual testing with the actual amount to understand that your contract is being optimized or not optimized, then you can work on everything at that time. Okay, so we'll touch on that and many other things, even security, which is very important in building a blockchain now. Application, many other things will be touched on before we get to the final day. Okay. So, Nabhan, your hand is up. I don't know whether we should take that or, okay, let's take that one for now, and then we can.
Hello, good evening again.
Good evening.
With respect to Mr. Emmanuel, he said something about it's basically specific on blockchain and AI. So
Okay.
anything out of it, it's a problem, right? I want to know if it is a problem. And to follow it up with another question is how is the presentation done? Is it all of us are coming out to present? Because people can maximize the fact that because there are so many speakers there, they can use different speakers at different parts of the presentations to gain more marks to be able to win. So I want to know, how is it done? Is it only one person presenting, or people can come in within the presentation to do it?
Okay.
Yeah, thanks. So yeah, with respect to the presentation, you can have as many as you to do the presentation. We try to make it minimum one.
Continue.
To be there because
Hello.
do you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. I had a call. Someone called my line. So yeah, I mean, I was saying that we one thing we believe is, we think definitely people live within different jurisdictions within the country. So that is the main reason why we made it one person pitching, but not necessarily a mandatory something, It's not mandatory. So you can structure your pitch in such a way that if you have all your team members there, or if you have two of you, three of you, four, and you guys want to pitch, you just make sure you structure your pitch within the time frame. Yeah, so that's it. You can pitch as multiple as yourselves. The next question, the first one was what, if you can help me, ABD. The first question, just say.
Yeah, so I was asking about, you said it's specifically on blockchain and AI.
Oh yeah.
Yes, so I want
so
to touch on it.
okay. Yes, the reason why we are trying to make it AI blockchain is, Apechain is a blockchain product, and we expect that anything you build should be deployed on Apechain testnet. If it's not necessarily AI and blockchain, but even if it has a different component, it's looking at a whole different, a whole different architecture or something, but it still has a blockchain component, then it falls within the blockchain, scope. Yes. So you can build anything different, anything outside of AI or something. But if it has a blockchain component, even as little as it would have, it will fall in the blockchain category. So that wouldn't create an issue for you. Yeah, are you good?
Yeah.
So,
All right. So
specifically, if I'm listening very well, so anything you are building, make sure you have a little bit of blockchain integrated in it, or AI, right?
So let me come in. Let me come in, Nabhan. We are building decentralized applications. Okay. We are building dApps, and when you hear dApps, it means a decentralized application. All right. So our main interest is a dApp, and then there's no way you can build a dApp without a blockchain. Okay. So if you are building a centralized platform, that means that's out of a dApp, because you don't even need the blockchain. But whatever you are building in this hackathon should be a dApp. That's a decentralized application, and every decentralized application is deployed on the blockchain. So Ima is saying that you can build a dApp, all right, but you can still have AI components in it. But for the dApp aspect, that is the blockchain aspect, it's mandatory. What we are looking for is an app or a dApp that can be deployed on the Apechain blockchain. Okay, but we are now living in the AI era. And the reason why he's telling you that is that you can still have your dApp, and then you get a blockchain component into an AI component integrated into it. So that's what he's trying to communicate.
Yeah. And Sabia, just to reiterate, you can build blockchain only product too.
Yes.
It's not necessarily you have to build something that has AI and blockchain. You can build only blockchain, and if you are building something AI, then also have a blockchain component in there so that you can deploy on Apechain testnet. Yeah.
That is it. That is it. So, for example, let's say you are building a medical dApp. That's a medical appointment dApp. So this medical appointment dApp, you make sure that the core functionalities of the dApp will be on the blockchain, especially those that requires transparency, immutability, and many other things will be on the blockchain. So that's what we want to see. And then let's say that you want to have an AI component on the app so that it can assist your users in finding, information or even navigating through your dApp. That is perfect. You can do that. So that's what we mean. But for the blockchain thing, your dApp is only, or your application is only qualified as a dApp if the core functionalities of it can be found on the blockchain, because that's what we use to determine that this particular application is decentralized. It is transparent. It is this and that. Okay. So that's what we mean. Let's say you are, let me go back to the medical application I'm talking about, medical appointment application I'm talking about. So you have this particular app that a user or a patient can get on board, can get on it, book an appointment with a doctor, maybe pay money to the doctor for consultation and stuff like that. Okay, so these particular functionalities are supposed to be on the blockchain, because the moment transaction comes in, so if you have an app that talk about transaction, the moment you see the transaction component in that particular application, then we expect that this transaction component should be on the blockchain, because that's what makes it a decentralized app. Okay, so that's what we're talking about. So the AI thing is optional, but you can still do that, bring AI into it. So another thing about the pitching thing, how presentations are done. So this one, we have a time limit that will be communicated to you guys. We have a time limit that each team must present within this time frame. So Maltiba was telling you that you can look in your team, pick somebody who can, present. And if you all are going to present, well, normally we feel that if you have some guys who are dedicated to the presentation, you are able to do that because there will still be questions and answering, sessions. So not necessarily the pitching. Maybe one person or two guys in your team can pitch, can present the slide, and then when we get to the question and answering, session, anyone from the team can, attend to any question that will be true to your team. Okay, so even if you are a technical guy, we know there are some guys who are very technical, and when it comes to, they are not very vocal, but the technical thing, they are the master brains of it. Okay, so Maltua was telling you that just because you are the technical guy, maybe the technical guy within the team doesn't qualify you as saying that you will be the presenter, because you can come in trying to present, and at the end of the day, you are not able to communicate the team very well. But there's somebody too in your team who's not so much technical, but this guy is very vocal. When it comes to pitching, that's why we have been given, God in His wisdom has given us different, qualifications. This person is good at this person is good at that, stuff like that. So you just try to get somebody from your team who can do the pitching. Then when it comes to the questions, if a technical question is being thrown to your team, you, the technical guy, can now attend to the question, and that will make everything perfect. Okay. So we don't have much time. Let me walk you through the team formation.
Yeah, there is a question in the chat box. Let me see.
Okay.
It's that will it be a project rejection during the testing? So I think if yes, what would be the cause? I think the person wants to know whether there will be an instance where his or her project will be rejected during testing. if that is so, what could be the cause of that?
Yeah. So I think what we will say here is that you are all trying to get your projects to be the winner of this hackathon. Okay. So if your project is not the winner, then your project will be among the finalists. That's what we want to see. So now the finalists is those who are able to push their projects to the final stage and then submit their projects. And then now all of you will submit your projects and the judgment will be done on them. And finally, some projects will be selected as winners. So there are two things. If you are not a winner, then you are a finalist, but you are not, we don't have something like rejection or whatever. No, we don't have something like that. So your project can either be a winner or it can be a finalist. Okay. And we still respect finalists. If your project is within the finalists, you are still being respected a lot. And it doesn't also mean that you will not be qualified for an incubation. If you are within the finalists and you still want to push your idea, okay, we are very ready to support you to do that. So all we want is try to get to, try to also be a winner in this particular hackathon. That's what we want. Okay, so please, we don't have much time. Let me walk you through the team formation. Then maybe we can take some few more questions and we'll let you know what will be happening in the next few days. Okay, so first thing is, if you are participating
in man, if you can still hear me, I think the person is trying to.
I can hear you. Hello. Okay, so I think that was just a glitch. All right. So let's see. Let me walk you through. First thing is you have to try your best to be part of a team, okay? And then to be part of a team, first open the Hackathon website. I'm going to share my screen to show you how this is done. So first thing first, be on the Hackathon site. Okay, so let me go to, all right. I hope you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So
yes, we can see.
Okay, thank you. So for those of you accepted to participate in the hackathon, when you check back on the hackathon page, this is what you see. This particular button is very important and you'll be using it throughout this particular event to go to dashboard. So now when you go back to, initially it was pending and now it is go to dashboard, means you have been accepted to participate. So you click on it, it will send you to your dashboard. So each participant has a dashboard, okay? And it's a very simple dashboard right now. So when you get to the dashboard, we have the overview page that will tell you that currently we have this number of people participating in the hackathon, okay? And then we currently have 5 teams created. So you have to make sure you create your teams. So right now we have only 5 teams created. And this one talks about the total price and whatever, you can see everything there. Okay. So we also have the projects page. So right now we don't have any projects because you are here to build your projects, and after everything you submit your projects. The first thing you will do right now when you get to the dashboard is to navigate to the teams page. Okay, so we have only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams right now created. Then you can also create a team by just clicking on this create a team button. So when you click on create a team, you'll be asked to enter the team name. And then after entering the team name, so let me say testing, I'll delete this one very soon. So let me say testing, and then you click on create a team. So what you will see is a team will be created, as you can see. So my team just is created, and I'm the only one in the team right now. And you can see it added here. So to get people to join my team, I will just copy this code. So there's a code here I'll copy, and then now you send it to those that will be part of your team to join. Okay, so now if you have this particular code as a team member, what you also do is that open Hackathon, go to the teams page, and then let me delete this team, and then I'll show you what to do. So I have to put this, and then something like this. So when you get to the team page, what you will do is you will now use your code and click on join a team, because you have a code. Somebody has already created a team, and then you have the code to join the team. So you will click on join the team, then input the team code here, okay? And then click on join a team. And the moment you do that, you'll be part of the team created, all right? So this is how simple it is to join a team. And then now when you click on each team, for example, Nexabytes, if I click on Nexabytes, I can see the number of people who are currently in the team. So we have Mapuche, Frank G, Samuel A, Mavis, Ismail, and so these are the guys in the team right now. And you can always check your team members when you go there by just clicking on view members. That will show you all. And even each team here, when you click on view members, you'll be able to see those who are inside the team. So that's how simple it is. Now, when you finish building your projects, you'll be asked to now submit your projects, and this is where you submit your projects. So when you come here, you just use this particular form, a very simple form made for you to submit your projects. Okay, so you create the project title, the tagline for your project, summary of your project, and then the code of your team. So in submitting your project, one person from your team will be allowed to submit your project. And what the person will just do is to put the team code here, and then this will now fetch all the team members and attach you to the particular project. Okay, so here we have only one bound, which is the Apechain. So Apechain is the only sponsor of this event. So you make sure you choose Apechain if you are submitting your project. And then this is where you now put all the content about your project. You also try inside the content, start with the GitHub repo. Okay, so you input the GitHub repo and make sure that it is a hyperlink. So something like this, and input the link inside. All right, so and the last thing you do when submitting your project is to get a demo, like a screenshot of your demo. So you can have either a flow chart, you can have a screenshot of a flow chart, or just an image of a flow chart, or even a screenshots of the various sections of your project. Then just upload them here, okay? And that is all. After everything, you submit it. And then when you submit, you have the opportunity to edit. You still come back and edit your project. Okay, so this is how simple it is. And from today ongoing, please make sure that you join a team or you create a team. Okay, so we don't expect to see one person inside a team. Abu Dubai has raised a hand. Okay, so that is all I can say about the team formation. In case you have more questions to ask about that, we are always available on the WhatsApp page. We can continue to do that. Okay, Abudu, can you ask a question?
Okay, Sabia, thanks for the opportunity. My question has to do with the team visibility. So if I create a team and then our team decides to submit a project, will that be visible to other participants also see as well?
So one thing is that the moment you submit your project will now become public, but it doesn't mean that your project can be edited by other team members.
Yeah, but if they get to see it, they may grab some knowledge from it and then use it for other things. And this is a competition. They can get to view that maybe after the competition or something of that sort. But if I describe my project there and then somebody is doing something similar to that, then the person gets to see that certain features were not captured in his or their project. They get to add that to theirs, making them more.
Sure. I get what you mean. So this is what happened. You are only allowed to submit your project after you are done building. So Ima was saying that we'll let you guys know that, okay, by this time, midnight of 18th, we'll close submissions. So you can decide to now submit your project around, either 9 p.m. or any time within 18th, you can submit your project. And when you now submit your project, then we, the judges, will now go through the projects. The next day, we start to judge, we start everything. So you come and present your project and whatever. And by then, no one can copy your idea again, because so you don't submit early. You can submit when we get into the final, final days of everything. Then you can now submit your project. But for your projects, do you want to say something again?
Yes, I think that's laudable, but the only thing I have to add is, how do we own the project? Because some of us, whatever I and my team is going to discuss or come up with, we may end up having it as a product I want to scale or send to market and even making money from it. And as the earlier speakers also explained. So if it is something of that sort, then we don't want somebody to copy our original idea. You know that making it visible at any point in time will not be okay.
No, you see, hackathon submissions are always open source in the time being, okay? Because you have to make it open source for people to really. And one thing too about blockchain or even the Web3 space, I have to be honest with you, is that open source everywhere. Because if you want to scale your project after the presentation and whatever, right now you are only presenting a proof of concept to us. So this is what you are building. This is what, and you have your submission, which is public for people to judge your idea. So after everything, if you are a winner, you can decide to now, make it a closed source and keep building. But in the time being, let's say the time that the judgment will happen, you have to make it open source so that, judges can go through your work and even others can judge your work. And there'll also be guys participating from the Apechain community who are not in Ghana here, but who also have interest in your work. We have investors and whatever who will also come to the page, go through the project submitted, and maybe some projects will be very, will look good to their, investment, stuff like that. So they can take it upon and follow up. So for the open source, during the building time and then the judge after the judgment or before the judgment, you have to make it open so that everyone can judge your thing. Okay, so I think you get, when you go to the hackathon that we had, the Apechain Builder House, you can see that projects are listed there, and each of these projects, they are telling you about what they are building. Okay, there is nothing new in this world. That's what we believe. There's nothing new in this world, but execution is what matters. Whatever you decide to build today, somebody somewhere is already building it, or the idea is already there that people know that this particular problem exists and they want to solve it. But at the end of the day, the execution is what matters. Okay. Another thing we always say is that just because something is already existing doesn't mean that you should not build it. You can also build, but the end always justify the means. Okay. So for the open source, you have to just understand that if you're participating in a hackathon, not just this particular hackathon, I don't know much about Web2 based hackathon, but for Web3 based hackathons, at some point in time, it has to be open source for people to judge it. You see, that's why Ethereum exists today. We have, because Bitcoin was made open source, and then we have Solana existing today because Ethereum was made open source. We had Celo, and we have, Optimism existing today because Arbitrum was made open source. Okay, so that is how it is. So in the Web3 ecosystem, we don't actually, at a point in time, you have to just make sure that your project is open source for people to judge it and see that they have to even trust your code. People have to trust your code to use your code. Okay, so all of these things will touch on that. But if you are building your project after the hackathon, you can decide to make your thing closed source. I've seen that many times. Okay, I've seen that many times. The moment they start building after a hackathon, if they don't want to make it open, they close it, and then they now continue building. All right, but Investors will not come to your project if it is closed or you don't want to share or talk about it. Who will invest in you? Okay, that will not actually work. And even in the Web3 ecosystem, if you're applying for a grant, when you go to, we'll be taking you through grant platforms in the Web3 ecosystem, and you see that all the projects submitted for grants are open source, because somebody will not actually give you a grant if the person doesn't know what you are really building. Okay, they have to know that, okay, this is what you are building, this is the idea, you know, the technical stuff that you are putting together to achieve that. They will see that, and then they will trust in you to let you continue building. Okay, so I you know that some projects, they have you know, separate repo for pitching to investors, and then they now have the main repo where they are doing the actual work. So all of these things, you know, it depends on how you want to, because you cannot actually build without support. And that's why in Africa here, we have a lot of ideas that die. We have a lot of ideas in Africa here. They die after a hackathon because we always feel that making it open, somebody will, you know. So I've heard this several times in many African hackathons, but that is always a problem. When you look at other platforms or other places, that is why they are attracting funding so much, because these guys in Web3, they are trustless. So they want to really get your code, understand what you are doing, and they will invest in you to scale your project. Okay, so let's get that, and we'll talk more about these things as we continue building. A whole lot will be talk about. So I think we are supposed to close at 8:30, and it's 8:20 now. So maybe let me stop sharing. Let's get 2 more questions in case you have more questions. 2 more questions, then we can have the closing remarks. All right. So, okay, before that, I will also be telling you that after this particular hackathon, we will share with you the schedule for the week. So starting from today to 18th, you'll be building. You'll be doing a lot of building. We'll have workshops that will be taking you to. So we'll show you the Apechain documentation, and then there are several other places that, as a Web3 builder, you need to, you know, get yourself abreast with. So especially security, where we'll be talking about Open Zeppelin. So we'll have some practical sessions where you get to understand that these are the key things that you need to incorporate as a Web3 builder if you are building your project. So from now going on, we'll share the schedule with you, and then the time that we'll be having the virtual sessions whilst we continue building. Okay. Kasim Suleimana, can I ask your question before we go to the chat box?
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity given. Please, I would like to ask a question. Is it that when you talk about the withdrawing the finalists, is it like after the pitching that you withdraw them, or I don't know whether you take the project and discuss about it and withdraw them, or after the pitching that you withdraw them?
Withdraw what?
I mean the finalists.
Yeah, so this is what happened. Those projects that were merged as winners will be toggled to winner. Okay, so when you submit all your projects, after you submit, you will see that the first tab will be finalists. It means that you have gotten to the final stage for, you know, by submitting your project. Because we know some of you will not get to the stage. We have hackathons where now the platform is open for you to submit, but some people are still not done with their project, so they are not able to submit. It means they have not gotten to the final stage. Okay, but the moment you get to the final stage, by default, your project will be within the will be a finalist. Okay, but after the judgment, we'll announce that these projects are the winners, and then now your projects that are selected as winners will now have the tag of a winner. Okay, so this is what we mean. And I don't know if I'm answering your question right.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity given. Please, I would like to ask a question. Is it that when you talk about the withdrawing the finalists, is it like after the pitching that you withdraw them, or before, I don't know whether you take the project and discuss about it and withdraw them, or after the pitching that you withdraw them?
I don't know if I'm answering your question right. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
that's
yes.
it.
Okay, so Yusuf Yahuza, you asked a very great question, and I think you are right. He said that about the price pool, more information is not really available about it. If you may throw light on it, yes, that's really true. And I know the information you're talking about. No, it's cities. It's 30,000 cities. So the information you're talking about is whether first winner will take how much, second winner will take how much. That will be communicated very soon. Okay, that will be communicated very soon. Maybe tomorrow you have you understand that if you're a first person, you take this amount. If you're a second person, you take this amount. Third person, take this amount. Okay. But what you guys should also understand is that your your success or your project success in the Web3 ecosystem as a hackathon participant does not really matters or does not really based on the price that you take, but the price is very important because you also need that money at that particular point in time. Competition is really great. It's nice to be somebody that like to to compete. Is good because it boosts your creativity. But even if you participate in a hackathon, that is a very good green flag for your project to use to apply for grants. And Apechain has their grants. They call it the Apechain Builders Fund. Okay, the Apechain Builders Fund. So if you're participating with your project in this particular hackathon, can qualify you or qualify your project to apply for a grant in the Apechain Builders Fund. Okay, so all you need to do is that put in the effort, get your project to the finalists. Even if if you don't become the top, you will not fall. We still have other opportunities for you that you can send your project to get funding to continue building. So please, how long does it take for judges to finish the judgment to determine winners and finalists after the presentation? Okay, so depending on the number of teams that will get, but you expect that a maximum of 10 minutes will be given for each team to pitch your project. Okay, so okay, so another question is that is your project, if your project is not marked with the finalist status, does that imply that you don't come to Tamale for the final building? No, 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 no. So any project that is being submitted will be marked as a finalist by default. That's what I'm trying to say. The moment you submit your project, by default, it is a final project. Okay. But Ima mentioned that a minimum of 2 people is required to be present at the venue to pitch your project. So this is what will happen. Okay. We have a conference that will be happening, and then session, during the conference, we're going to have like a session where projects will now use to pitch their project. So you come on stage, we'll give you the stage, come and tell us about what you are building. The judges will be aligned. Tell us that this is what you built. Questions will be asked. And then after everything, so you don't necessarily need to have all your team members present, but a minimum of 2 people should be there. That's what we need. So if you are a team of 7 people, if you all can be there, that's still good. But if you all cannot be there, 2 people from your team should be there, okay, to pitch. Okay, so we are left with just 3 minutes to finish everything. So please, I don't know, maybe we cannot take more questions. All right, Nabhan, can you ask your question?
So basically, I just want to know the magnitude of the program, because sometimes people prepare for a set of people to talk to, but such program requires large number of people, and I don't know how the audience are going to be. I don't know if you can highlight more about it, because we need to know the gravity of who we are speaking to and how we should really communicate our project to them.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
okay.
man, if you can hear me, let me take that one.
Okay. Over to you, Maltiba.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, okay. So, talking about the magnitude of the event. So, well, I think
The network. Okay. So before he comes back, I'll touch on it a little bit. So when you say the magnitude, when you say the when you say the magnitude, it means that you are trying to talk about the, is it like, okay, you mentioned that the gravity. Okay. So if I get you right, I'm trying to ask like those who are maybe supervising this event, their qualification, or those that will be coming to the event, how qualified these people are. I don't understand, but this event will bring together entrepreneurs, developers, and many other professionals. Okay, so for those that will be judging, we are not going to, you are not going to like, we are not going to teach you what to do. We are only going to guide you. So every hackathon, that's what you see there. They guide you that this is what you do and this is what you don't do. We have been building in the space for some time now, and we have some experience. Okay, so if you are participating in this hackathon, maybe you are already an experienced person too, that's a plus. But if you are somebody who's not more experienced in the space, that is why we are here, or we have guys who are here, and these guys will take you to, we're going to guide you. Okay, so if you are just building a smart contract for the first time, if you are a JavaScript developer who is now transitioning to Web3, there are some things that you don't understand in the Web3 ecosystem. Okay, and you need clarification, and those who will be within or who will be there. So we have many mentors that will be joining. Okay, and these mentors are all Web3 builders. So they are builders who have been in the space for some time and they have experience, maybe experience that you don't have, and they will be guiding you to also get. Okay, but it doesn't really matter whether you are more experienced than anybody. All that matters is you need a guide, and then there are people around who will guide you. That's one thing. Now, for magnitude, this is a very anytime you see people coming together, you will know that that's a great magnitude, because you don't know who's coming and you don't know who you'll be meeting. Okay, because any event that you go, maybe that event you're going to meet somebody who is really who's somebody that you can work with, or that can even employ you, or that can assist you to get whatever you want. Okay, so if I get you right, maybe this will help. For the magnitude, maybe that is fine. Okay, so I think now we are 2 minutes past time. Okay, so guys, you should expect that we'll send you more details on the WhatsApp page. Please make sure that you are always alert on the WhatsApp page. More information will share with you, and then also you can ask all your questions on the WhatsApp page. We are there. Another thing too is that the Apechain Builders Telegram group will be Apechain Builders Africa. The Telegram group will be sent to you, or I think we already shared that, and will be shared with you too on the WhatsApp. So you can also join this this group on Telegram. Okay, so many things will be going on. We have interested builders from the Apechain. These are core developers who are willing to also support. All right, so anything that you are facing as a builder, try to ask, and we'll make sure that we connect you with these guys that will be helping. Okay, and then those of us who will be with you, you can always communicate to us. We'll be taking you through so many sessions, and that doesn't mean that everything will, we are limited. We are not limited in this particular hackathon. You can still go far to talk to other people in the Apechain app who are developers who are always willing to help you in the journey. Okay, so thank you so much for coming. And then Ima, can you give your closing remarks so that we
Yeah,
can?
thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. So one thing that I want everyone to take note of is what's in this whole thing in the long term. This is an event that will be transitioning all through Ghana. I saw someone asking about the prize pool, whether it been, talking about the prize pool. But one of the thing is, this is an event that is spread across, the country. We're having this in the north. We'll be having some in the middle belt in the south. And we are hoping that it's going to make that big impact in the long term. And so if you're coming in, think about your integration into the Apechain ecosystem, that future grants that you can get, that incubation, everything possible that's going to help you scale. That's something I want you guys to focus on more. So guys, just focus, build. If you emerge as a winner, cool. If you don't emerge as a winner, still push. There will be opportunities not only for winners, but also for everyone who built in this hackathon. Yeah, so maybe I might pass the mic to Dave or Sabia yourself. Yeah.
Dave can come.
Oh, I think as well. So this is just the beginning. I mean, there will be bigger opportunities. This is just like testing grounds, really and truly. So, I mean, all hearts should rest cry because trust me, the future is bright. There'll be more opportunities, there'll be more blockchain, there'll be more platforms.
Sure. All right. So this is just the beginning, and all we are asking from you guys is your effort. Put in the time. But all right, we don't actually have so many people ask me questions that why is it that we don't have blockchain-based products in Africa here, or any product we see as a blockchain is from somewhere else? The reason is that we don't really put in the work that will bring these projects, okay, so that we start to use our own projects. But everything starts from a hackathon like this, okay? So we expect that by the end of this hackathon, you come out with projects that we can scale those projects. And then finally, people in Africa can start using, and even across the world, can start using this project to solve their daily problems. Okay, so that's what we want to see. And like we always say, opportunities in Web3, this is still an infant industry. And when they say something, an industry is infant, you understand what it means. Web3 is currently craving for talent. Okay, this is an ecosystem that a lot of people are still being skeptical about. Just like when the internet was, some of you don't understand the evolution of the internet or even the evolution of money. It all starts like that, where some people are always skeptical, whilst others move beyond the skepticism.
Yeah, so I think Sahabia got right. I'm looking through the chat and I can't find him in here. So yeah, I mean, as he said, there will be more communication passing through. If you're not in the WhatsApp platform, please try your possible best to get in there. And guys, just form your teams, get a building ongoing, upload your projects. And I'm hoping that definitely this is going to be a great event. I'm hoping to meet most of you that can make it for the first day. That's on Friday at the Hacker Boost hub. We're going to have great time. We're going to have some, good sessions over there. And you guys can stay over and build and do all your submissions over there. Your pitching, your pitch decks, everything, your demo videos, you can do them over there and submit. Then on the 19th, that's the Saturday, it's going to be a grand event. Food is going to be available, everything you guys need. So just prepare yourself for this evening. Yeah, Sabia, back to you.
Yeah, okay. So my Wi-Fi, I just got Doomso. Doomso just hit me and my Wi-Fi went off. So I'm joining with my mobile phone. Okay, so that's it, guys, and I think we can close now. We are in Ghana. Okay, so if we don't have more to add, I'll say that have a good night and then see you guys tomorrow. And then expect to see the schedule and more information on the WhatsApp page very soon. Okay. Good night.
All right, good night.
Good night.